What's going on, comic book community? It's your boy King Midas, aka the Vaughn and Only. We're back with a live rendition of Comic Talk. We haven't done this in over 6-7 months, so it's gonna be really fun to go over the new comic book days today, February the 2nd, 2022. That 2222, mind you. So we're gonna, no particular order, in the companies for the books, they're all just thrown in here. And on top of the books that I picked up today, not only did I get those, I also got a shipment of comic books I bought from Hawaii. The reason why they came so late is because my stuff had already been shipped, but I was still living there for about another month and a half or so. So I was sending in care packages to myself. And then like the final couple of days I was there, I couldn't pass up on a few books that I found in the LCS out there. So I decided to buy them, left them with a friend. He finally was able to ship them over. He in fact has a bunch of video games that I bought at some pawn stores right before I left Hawaii. So in due time, when he's able to, he's going to ship those little by little now that I have an address, and he can just send them straight to me. So that's going to be awesome. So without further ado, let's get into the new comic book day buys. So first up, we're going to start with Daredevil, Woman Without Fear. This is issue number 2. Daredevil, Elektra Daredevil, fighting Kraven the Hunter in this issue. But what's the motive? What's the catch? Why is Kraven all of a sudden fighting Elektra? I gotta check my stool over here to make sure there's no bag and board on this book, right? So make sure there's no water or anything, condensation from anything on that stool, because I will be a sad boy, let me tell you. This has been surprising. I wasn't planning on picking up any of these issues because I don't know. I thought the landscape format was really weird, but then I dug into it because it's J.H. Williams, and I love J.H. Williams. So, Echo Lands, issue number 6. Look, guys, landscapes, not your normal comic book. It opens up landscape. Dude, check out this book and how. Let me go to like a page that's just this splash pages in this book is fantastic. It's incredible. The different art styles all throughout it. It's amazing. I think when you add so many different kinds of like art and like this mix mash of colors and art styles, it just turns into something absolutely incredible. As you can see in this page, it's almost like you got that Batgirl look, you got the Sandman look, you have the classic Jack Kirby look, all mixed together in one. It's incredible. Echo Lands, check it out. Blackman and J.H. Williams III. Next up, I love this series. I need to do more of these. This is Fantastic Four Life Story, issue number 6. So the background of these life story books is if the characters in the books aged as the decades went on. So it's not, Peter Parker's not eternally like 22, 23, or whatever age he is, 17, right? He's not always a teenager. So the life story books means that when the Fantastic Four became a thing in the 60s, they age in the book as well. So they're now in the 2010s for that decade. And of course, they're all, in their 70s at that point? So it's pretty cool. I highly suggest checking it out. It's a really good story too. Like, Reed's going crazy, sort of, because over the decades, they could tell that something was coming. Galactus was on its way, but literally took decades and decades before Galactus finally showed up. It's pretty interesting. Moving right along, we have The Thing, issue number 4. So we're going to finish out that series. Limited run, 5 issues there. Shang-Chi, issue number 8. There you have it. Marvel Legends Black Panther, issue number 3. You got a little origin story there. I think it's a 4-issue miniseries on that one. We have the Raza Alien, issue number 9 variant. The cave there, just like being the Xenomorph's head. That's awesome. Hello, Aries. Welcome to the Comic Talk. Moving over to a little bit of DC here. Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 4. I'm actually really digging this Elseworld story. It's pretty fun. And again, you'll see that there's no particular order because this should have been with the other Fantastic Four book, but this is the new Reckoning War This is Reckoning War Alpha, but this is like the new ongoing storyline for Fantastic Four. So we're going to find out what's going on with that. Next up, we have Detective Comics issue 1051. So already 1,051 issues here. Shadows of the Bat continues, and it's weekly. It's been weekly for this month, and I think I'm going into March. We're going to get weekly Detective Comic issues. Issue 120 of Batman here. I have no idea what's going on in these because I am about 20 issues behind in Batman. Well, rather, the last issue I read was like 107, I believe. Next up, we have a Sozamaika. I need to figure out how to say Sozamaika's name properly. But this is the Red Sonja Valentine's Day Special 2022. I mean, the cover speaks for itself. It's a beautiful cover. And that Catwoman from a couple of weeks ago, issue number 39, that variant is still over $100, the 1 in 25. Not only did we get that one, but we got the Virgin black and white. Beautiful. And last but not least, this is indeed the last book. That's crazy. Short little list. A lot of the other books that I've ordered are coming from Things from Another World, so I can't show you what I picked up from them. What I've been doing is ordering the books that I feel that LCS might not have in stock, so those get ordered, and I kind of hope that the books that are I would assume would have multiple copies of, I can have a copy at the LCS. I don't like getting a pull box. I think I've explained that before. I like being on the hunt. I mean, I guess the Things from Another World thing means that I'm not kind of adhering to that standard, but it's a smaller store, and that's what I got here. So with that being said, this book is a big deal this week. We got the Queen Goblin making her cover appearance. 87, she was on the splash page, last page of the last issue, but there she is, first cover appearance of this new villain, issue 88. We'll see what happens with this book, speculation abound. They had the 1 in 10 Gleason design variant, so I picked it up. I really wanted the 1 in 25 In Hyuk Lee, but you're not going to see that book. And it's probably going to skyrocket in price. 2 more books that we picked up. This was from last week. This was one of the Jim Chung covers I wanted to pick up. Thor issue 21 of Enchantress. I wanted to pick it up before I even knew that Thor 21 was going to be a big deal book. So I was kind of disappointed that because of the speculation of God of Hammers, that that book flew off of the shelves. Luckily, they had an extra copy. Went up a little bit in price, but that's okay. At least I wasn't paying over $20 for that book. And last but not least, on the back issue Wall, this one for $20. Again, you guys know how I feel about Adam Hughes. This was on my wish list, so we're knocking an Adam Hughes book off. This is a Beautiful Killer, issue 0. A Wizard World East exclusive from Black Bull. So I think it's just showing off the character and the designs. It's like a preview issue for the actual series. I think it was a 3-issue miniseries in 2000, 2005, one or the other. Might be completely wrong about that. So last but not least, this little pile right here are the books, the final books that I bought in Hawaii that I had to ship. So nothing too special. There are some keys here though. So we got Kingspawn #1. It was a big deal back in the summer. I picked this up because there's a Jenny Frison cover, of course. Undiscovered Country issue number 15. I actually only have a variant cover for 1, and then I think in an issue 15. I've never read it, but I gotta support Miss Jenny Frison. Sensational Wonder Woman issue number 7. What's funny too is that I was looking for some of these books. I'm like, well, I'm missing this issue here and I'm missing this issue there. I might have to buy it again. So luckily I didn't buy any of these issues, and it just jogged my memory that, oh hey, I did have it, I just had to send it to myself. Luckily everything's cataloged, so that kind of helps. Conan the Barbarian issue number 25. It's Legacy 300. It's the 300th Marvel issue of Conan the Barbarian. This is the Peach Momoko cover. One of my favorite covers of last year, the Me You Love in the Dark #1 variant by Scotty Young. Love this cover because Scotty Young usually doesn't do morbid looking covers like this. Most of his covers are like super, this is still cutesy, but over the top cutesy and playful, and this is the opposite of that. And on the back, I didn't even remember that this was on the back, but Ben Oliver, Vengeance of Vampirella, issue number 21 there. So another beautiful cover. Next up, this is a big issue here. Big key. I would say this is about a 2.5, maybe a 3 if it's pressed. It's got like pretty bad creases in the bottom right hand corner. This is Captain Marvel issue number 1. As you can see, those breaks there in that bottom right. Spine is definitely brittle all the way from top to bottom, but $70 for this book. Had to nab it. Big first issue there. Key book. Next up, another issue of Shang-Chi. This is issue number 4. This is the Miles Morales variant. 10 years, celebrating 10 years of Miles Morales. Blue and Gold issue number 2. I'm a big fan of Booster Gold and Ted Kord Blue Beetle. So I'm very happy to see this Blue and Gold book here. It's a waste of on eBay. How did Quill get his work for 20 years? Get his to work for 20 years? Please tell me that no Walkmans are actually selling for that much on eBay. This one's interesting. Not really a big book, but I got it for free because my LCS was like taking a couple variants off the wall. He's like, here you go, man. Thanks for being here for the last 7 years. So Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land, issue number 1 variant. I think it's like a 1 in 10, so nothing special about that. He threw in a free comic book day issue of Batman. Army of Darkness 1979 issue number 1. This is the black and white. You know, Dynamite likes to put out so many variant covers of all their books. Nothing special there. And finally, to finish it off with one of my favorite covers again of the, I think this came out in 2020, but Dustin Nguyen is one of my favorite artists. I've gotten him to sign a couple of DC things back in 2011 at Dragon Con. When he did this cover, I couldn't find it for the longest time. An LCS in Hawaii finally had it. A little overpriced, I don't know. I got him to talk it down to 80. It was priced at 100, but it's a big book. Everyone loves this series. I highly suggest you check it out. This is the variant Dustin Nguyen cover for We Live number 1. It's absolutely beautiful. If you know Dustin Nguyen, this is pure Dustin Nguyen. And he actually came out with a variant cover of the 1 in 50 for the Monkey Prince. So be on the lookout for that if you're going to your LCSs. He's currently working on Ascender. And then there's a brand new Dustin Nguyen Image book coming out to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Image Comics. I can't off the top of my head remember what the name of that book is, but we'll get back to it. I'm definitely picking it up. Again, Dustin Nguyen is in my top 10 as far as artists are concerned, especially in the modern era. So you have Adam Hughes, Sean Murphy, Art Germ, Jenny Frizen, Jen Bartel, Dustin Nguyen, and there's a few inklings of some other artists that, like, anytime they put out a cover, David Nakayama, anytime those guys put out a cover, I have to have it. Of course, Yoshitaka Amano, you know, anytime he does a DC cover, that's an automatic cop because of my love for Final Fantasy. So hope you guys enjoyed the new comic book day picks this week, February 2nd, 2022. It was fun trying to do this in the live format. Maybe next time, you know, we'll adjust accordingly with times and whatnot, but it was very fun to get back into the groove of doing it live because, you know me, I'm one take Vaughn. I got to do this in one take, otherwise we're going to be sitting here all day. So thank you so much for tuning in, and always remember, bagging boredom.